Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to start just with a little bit of history to level set us. For the vast majority of human history on this planet, atmospheric CO2 was pretty stable at about 260 parts per million. It started going up during the Industrial Revolution. Took about 200 years until I was born, 1971, after the Industrial Revolution started, by which point it had gone up about 80 parts per million, was then at 320. In the 51 years I've been on this planet, it's gone up by another 100 parts per million because of all the fossil fuel burn. 50% of all the CO2 we have ever emitted as a species has been since I graduated from college in 1993. Do you all agree that anthropogenic combustion of carbon is the primary cause of global warming? Yes or no? Does anybody disagree with that? Okay, I'm happy to have the silence, because last Wednesday, one of my Republican colleagues on this subcommittee said in a hearing, I know a comment was made about belief in anthropogenic global warming or climate change or whatever you want to say it is. I don't think the science is settled. This is obscene. If you had a member of Congress who said, I don't believe in the laws of gravity, we would go out of their way, out of love and respect for them and their family, to keep them away from the speaker's balcony. And yet in today's Republican caucus, denying laws of physics puts you on a path to leadership. Let me now shift to areas under you all's jurisdiction. In October of 2021, the Financial Stability Oversight Council's report on climate-related financial risk, which you are all members of, with the exception of you, Ms. Benatar, for the first time identified climate change as an emerging threat to U.S. financial stability. Do all of you believe that the physical and transition risks from climate change can threaten financial stability? Yes? Nods across the board. I say that because we are here with people criticizing you for doing too much. I think there's a fair criticism that you're not doing enough. Dr. Gibson, I've talked to some of your colleagues. We're seeing huge movements of capital from the insurance industry. Parts of Florida, parts of California, parts of Louisiana no longer being insured. If we are only going to limit our examination of financial risk to the banking sector or to the 6 big banks, we're staying blind too long to the larger disruptions in our economy. And I think we need to do much more than we are doing to make sure that we protect folks. But that's a longer conversation than we have time for in the time here. Treasurer Benatar, you are trusted to safely and prudently manage the public's money. Do you have a responsibility to evaluate all risks?
Absolutely. I have to evaluate all risks. And just want to say, right now in Arizona, we are seeing the heat.
No doubt.
No doubt.
And are the anti-ESG bills that are being passed restricting your choice?
Absolutely.
You mentioned in your testimony some of the costs of these bills: $6.7 billion in Indiana, $3.6 billion in Kansas, $70 million in Kentucky. Who is bearing the brunt of these costs?
Our taxpayers, your constituents.
And the firefighters and the policemen and the pension holders and everybody who
absolutely,
depends
and our
on
taxing
also.
districts.
Now, you're the minority witness. I say that with love and respect. There are folks from very Republican areas who completely agree with you. In Kentucky, the board chair of the Kentucky County Employee Retirement Fund system said the anti-ESG law is inconsistent with its fiduciary responsibilities with respect to the investment of assets or other duties imposed by law. In Indiana, an official from the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, not a lefty woke organization, said, we believe the anti-ESG bills are anti-free market and anti-free enterprise. Is anybody listening? My God. In Texas, executive director of the Texas County and District Retirement System said, we have concerns that the anti-ESG bill could impair our ability to maximize our returns and have a financial impact for our employers. This is real stuff. Fiduciary. Thank you, Madam Ranking Member. Now look, all of us on this side of the dais have the privilege of writing laws. We get to debate laws. We get to argue about what should be in those laws. It is a tremendous responsibility. It's a tremendous duty. I still pinch myself every day that I get to do this. That power does not extend to the laws of physics. It does not extend to the laws of capitalism and free market economics. We have the ability to ignore them. We have the ability to write a law that says, go to the speaker's balcony and jump. We have the ability to write a law that says, let's destroy free markets. Let's make the U.S. no longer attractive to innovators and entrepreneurs and make us the envy of the free world. Let's stop all that by ignoring the laws of economics, by opposing free markets. Just because we have that power doesn't mean that it's our obligation to use it. I've been saying this all ESG month. I really hope that it someday, once again, becomes bipartisan to support competitive markets and the laws of physics. I yield back.